This is the brand new MoXIE ecosystem from Core.
You're watching CineD, supported by B&H and CVP.
Hey everyone, Graham Sheldon here from CineD.com. Welcome back to Cine Gear 2024. I'm in the Core booth with Ross from Core. How's it going, Ross?
I'm doing well, Graham. How about you?
So far, so good. We have some loud music in the background and people are zipping by. It's super busy here, but people are excited. So we're standing in front of the MoXIE ecosystem here. I don't know anything about this product, so walk me through it.
Well, first, MoXIE stands for Mobile Exchangeable Intelligent Energy. And what it is it's a portable 3.6 kilowatt eGen or generator that runs off two different distinct battery cells. The uniqueness of the MoXIE is one, it's portable. The system itself without the battery cell weighs 59 pounds, so team lift or even one person could get it in a car. The system also fits in a Pelican case, which I'll get into why that matters later. And you have both AC output and DC output. So you have 15 volts, 28 volts, and 48 volts out. And that's critical because what we're finding with a lot of these eGens in the market is they only have AC out. What's the point of going DC from the battery to AC conversion? Our conversion rate's about 5% inefficient, so 95% efficient. Then going power supply, that's converting from AC to DC, or like Cream Source, you could go AC in, but it's converting it back to DC. So there's multiple layers of conversion, and we're kind of stripping that away and giving you harnessing pure power out. So the MoXIE system, like I said, you have 30 amps out on the 120 volt. You have three different outlets there, two 20 amp outlets and a 30 amp outlet. And then you have the 15, 28, and 48 volts. Two connections for each, 4-pin XLR, 3-pin XLR, a PowerCon connection. Those each give you 16 amps out. So that'll power the larger aperture lights, the Cream Sources. You could go 28 volts out to an Alexa 35, 15 volts out to a Red Komodo X, things like that. The uniqueness of the MoXIE, it also has charge input, so 20 amp charge input, so you could charge the battery cell in 2.5 hours, a 5-inch touchscreen. But the key here is with the other units, once you deplete the battery, you have to charge the whole system. Our unit allows you to take the battery packs out and charge them externally if you choose to. So that just increases the use case for it. What we wanted to do is replace 3K and 5K Honda generators. That's our game. The other thing is it's silent in discharge. There are fans for charge, but I can put this, we did a video on it last week down in Lake Forest actually, and we had it right next to a bunch of lights, Video Village, and Camera B. So 100% silent during discharge, has two expansion ports, so I could actually take the MoXIE cells themselves and plug it into the unit. So I could actually capture up to 9 kilowatt hours in the MoXIE system just by one unit and two cells. Now we have two different variants of cells. One is the Vita cell, which is a 3 kilowatt hour, 3,000 watt Life PO4 cell that charges in 2.5 hours, whether internal or external. Has an operable temperature range of -4 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we have the Kodiak cell, which is sodium ion. And sodium ion is like what you read in the news with EVs a lot. It's a brand new or semi-brand new chemistry. It's the first sodium ion battery pack available for the cinema market. It's 100% recyclable, doesn't use any rare or scarce materials for manufacturing, and it's operable from -40 degrees all the way up to 140. And then once you get to -40, that's Celsius, Fahrenheit, there is no conversion, it's the same.
So is there a price differential there to go to sodium ion? Because there's got to be a reason we're not all using sodium ion right now for everything, right?
Well, there is a reason. It's not readily available. There's only a few manufacturers, but it's actually less expensive because it's a salt-based chemistry. So price-wise, it doesn't have yet the energy density of lithium or Life PO4, which is lithium iron phosphate, but the sodium ion Kodiak cell is a 2K, so 2,000 watt cell. The key also with sodium ion is that we could charge it super fast externally. So internally, it'll charge in 2.5 hours through the MoXIE system, but externally, we could charge it as fast as 30 minutes. So we're seeing a lot of like upper North America, Canada, wanting the sodium cell because that -40 temperature operability, while as you work your way down south, more Vita cell interest, but there's overall interest in the system.
Well, can you tell me about, it's, I guess, an industry-wide question, moving from generators to this system? Can you give me the advantages, tell the people at home why I would want to do that? There's environmental advantages, of course, but beyond that.
There's definitely environmental advantages. The other thing is it's silent. So with generators, you typically have to put them far away and you have to run long extension cords, which takes up time, it's tripping hazards. You also, I don't know the exact name of the person, but you don't need gasoline on set. You don't have any emissions. With our unit, you could actually go to 0 emissions if you use an EV to transport it. So a lot of the other units that are bigger, that are several hundred pounds, there is a sustainability play there, right? Because you're using a battery. But then when it's several hundred pounds and you have to transport it, you're typically putting it in a box truck that burns or emits 10 times the amount of emissions of NOx and CO2 as a passenger vehicle. So there are other advantages. Our unit's so small that if you do need several thousand kilowatts of power more, just put more MoXIEs on set. And that's what we're getting to, right? We want to give people a product that can be used in so many different areas that's not outboundly large and obtrusive, doesn't need multiple people to move it. It's 120 pounds with the cell in, has wheels.
59 with the cell out.
59 pounds with the cell out, and the cells themselves are 61 pounds. They're equal in weight. The unit also has AC/DC priority. And what that does is, with the touchscreen, there's settings in there that you can choose whether AC or DC takes priority should you exceed the 3.6 kilowatt out. So if I have a camera rolling and some lights, lesser of two evils, I probably want to keep the camera rolling. If for some reason there's a short or I just exceed the power, it'll keep that rolling.
Let's talk sort of lifetime usability, because I bet we're about to get to price point in a second. But before we get there, I can replace the cell, I keep the MoXIE unit, right? I'm saying however X many hours you're about to tell me that or discharge, recharge, however you want to do that math. Can you just tell us lifetime viability of this system?
Absolutely. So you have 3-year warranty on everything, all the components. The Vita cell is rated for 4,000 cycles. It'll probably operate past our careers. The sodium ion cell is rated for 2,000 cycles, and all that data is available in the user interface.
Wait, it's counting for you or no?
There's cycle counts. So the products are sustainable. Even I feel like lithium, people take shots at lithium, like poor rap. LiFePO4 is incredibly safe. It's often confused with lithium ion. That is where you're hearing a lot of the news. But
well, you'll see one YouTube video where something happens in like a drone shop. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, LiFePO4 is very safe. We've gotten a lot of inquiries about sodium ion airplanes, and there aren't any hardened regulations. The problem is it's often confused or lumped into others. So there needs to be a bit of legislation that catches up with sodium ion. But like United Airlines just came out with something that they're starting to install them or looking to install sodium ion cells in their airplanes for, I think, AC generation or whatnot. So there's a lot of EV chatter, Volkswagen, and a bunch of other players in the market. So I'm super excited to be the first to offer sodium ion, and I think it's just a starting point. Hopefully the energy density gets to a point where we could offer it in smaller form batteries, but right now lithium ion is the king for small form batteries just based on energy density.
Okay, Ross, final question. Pricing on the cells, on the main unit of the MoXIE, and then availability generally of the whole system.
So the MoXIE I/O box, and the I/O box actually can come out too. So if you need to repair it, it's very easily repairable, or if you dent the frame or something. Everything was made with service in mind. The I/O box with the cage is $5,500 US. The Vita cell is $3,000 US. That would be $8,500. The sodium ion Kodiak cell is $2,500 US. Shipping Q4. We have had, I think you're going to see MoXIEs at different colors because we have a lot of like interest, and we build these things in the States. We have a lot of interest from like some relatively large rental partners and production companies that kind of want to customize their MoXIE, and we're glad to do that for them.
Ross, thank you for walking us through the new MoXIE ecosystem. Very, very cool. Enjoy the rest of your Cine Gear.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
All right, that's it for us here at the Core booth at Cine Gear 2024 on the Warner Brothers lot. Stay tuned for more continuing coverage from the show. And if you could like and subscribe, that would be super cool. Thanks in advance.